Before we go into the next feature, I gotta get myself something to eat. Although it is 20 minutes to midnight, I'm gonna have myself what you would call an early midnight snack. This next film is called Angry Red Planet. And for the most part, it is one of those classic ill-fated astronaut group trip to the Mars with the beautiful woman. For some reason, they always gotta have one of them in there, you know. They still do that to this day in the Sci-fi original features. Here we go. But the hook of this particular movie is its big marketing thing was it was filmed in what they called then Cinemagic. Not to be confused with the magazine of its name. Leftover Christmas Cookies. Now we're talking. Let's go back to the movies.
Is there life on Mars? For centuries we have wondered. Now, for the first time, through the new photographic miracle of Cinemagic, you will see the wonders of this strange and terrifying world when you see the Angry Red Planet. Join this daring crew, the first in the scientific race between nations to attempt to land on Mars.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Blast off from Earth with courageous astronauts Gerald Moore, Nora Hayden, Les Tremaine, Jack Crucian. Travel thousands of miles through space to the unknown. Cinemagic is not being shown to you now, but this wild land comes alive in Cinemagic. You'll see buildings miles high in Cinemagic. Journey to the center of sudden terror in Cinemagic. Be trapped by the tentacles of man-devouring plants in Cinemagic. Feel the fire-hot breath of a 40-foot monster as it reaches for you in Cinemagic. Your eyes will see the wonders of a world no eyes in this world have ever seen before.
I wonder, will we ever get back to Earth?
This movie is the perfect combination of the Mars probing investigation. Because at this time in mindset, Moon was not as much of a mystery as it used to be, and Mars was now the new mysterious planet. With the Martians, the red planet, the angry red planet. Hundreds of movies were made on the subject, but this one, like I said, is a classic. It's got the giant monster, it's got the classic bug-eyed alien in the window, it's got the man-eating plants. For some reason, plants on these other planets eat humans. I don't know what the hell they eat when we're not there, but they're man-eating plants. The director of this movie, Ibn McClure, he's only directed about 5 or 6 films in his career, but he's credited for his writing. He wrote the original, the ultimate Roger Corman classic, Death Race 2000. Again, they dismissed the Pentagon stock footage. Somehow they have gravity too. I don't know.
I assure you I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself.
Yeah, why would you want to stick with your crew when you're on a strange planet? Well, clearly she doesn't get eaten since she's the one telling the story back on Earth. You gotta put the damsels in distress somehow. The final film on tonight's roster is the Roger Corman produced and directed classic 1957 Attack of the Crab Monster.
Isolated Pacific island, the Navy lands a party of daring scientists to solve the mysterious disappearance of an entire atomic research team. Strange horror strikes first at the plane that brought them. And then, earth-shattering tremors begin tearing the island to shreds.
Okay, Professor, how are the crabs blowing up the island?
I am not sure, but imagine they are able to send out arcs of heat. They are packed with it.
They can melt and fuse parts of the caverns, explode the materials contained, and bring about the slides. There used to be ridges there for maybe 2 miles.
Now there's less than half a city block. Soon we will have nowhere to run.
Fathoms deep among the terrors of the mighty Pacific, daring skin divers brave undersea perils that stagger the imagination. Here are monsters with razor-sharp claws that hand grenades and dynamite cannot stop. Nor searing fire and flame, nor tons of crushing rocks, as mankind faces its last desperate chance.
This is textbook 50s sci-fi. It's got the group of 4 or 5 men, 1 woman, starting to detect a pattern here. And they're investigating, of course, the shorelines of this strange, elusive location where strange things are happening. And there happens to be a giant crab that possesses people and makes people do things and uses their voice, and it's just awesome. That's a classic staple in Roger Corman films, to like have a monster and have it control people. So you had to both the human element and you had the monster element. If one doesn't scare you, the other one will. And this is classically portrayed in the original Little Shop of Horrors, another Roger Corman film.
Just the wind.
What snapped the cable? Ever since the creature from the Black Lagoon, almost all water or any kind of aquatic stories had a sequence like this. That fish later went on to have a prominent role in Finding Nemo. That was a joke. He's probably dead by then.
How could they be searched this whole island, Mrs. Survivor?
He is a survivor.
What does that mean? You heard him as well as I?
Someone could have been imitating his voice.
Well, who would do that?
I don't know, but I do know that the plane's dead.
A giant crab monster!
Maybe not.
Or there's 3 other men you can choose from. Took that gun like a ninja.
Did you kill him?
Well, that's all I'm going to show you for that movie. You just have to check it out yourself. Roger Corman, has that man ever made a bad film in his career? The answer would be yes. But he made his career on making bad films. Well, that's all we have time for in this episode of Andy's Little Sci-Fi Horror Show. My name's Andy. I got my ray gun. Keep it real. Keep it sci-fi. If it's black and white, it's awesome. If it's cruddy color, early color, give it a chance. Words to live by in the sci-fi community. Good night.